Raheem Mostert signing a 2-year extension, $9.075 million. What is the impact to Achane? What's the impact to the Miami Dolphin rushing attack and running back room? I'm going to tell you why this is great news for everybody involved in this Miami running back room. File on in. The Fantasy Football Show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
This is good news, ladies and gentlemen, because it means that the Miami Dolphins are not focused on bringing in any more RBs, and quite honestly, this is exactly what a Achane owner is going to want. Devon Achane owners don't want another rookie running back, like a big-name rookie running back. Even somebody like Jalen Wright or Blake Corum or potentially Trey Benson or Braylon Allen. These are guys you don't want landing in a scenario where they could take a big-time workload away from either of these two RBs. And the way that the Miami Dolphins run the ball, they need Achane in a certain role. They need Mostert in a certain role. And this guy turns 32 years old, Raheem Mostert, in a few days. I believe like 10 days he turns 32 years old. He's not likely to hold up on the same kind of workload that was able to get him 18 touchdowns on the ground, 10, 12 on the ground. So this guy is in quietly a much better situation than last season. And when you take a look at his numbers from last year, the man had 800 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, 7.8 yards per carry, 27 receptions for 197 and 3 tutties, 11 total touchdowns. He was running back 24 in a very limited type role. My projection, no matter what happens with Mostert, even if he stays healthy all year, but this does factor in a potential likelihood that he gets a few starts, let's say. But even if Mostert stays healthy for a majority of the year, this is my projection. 1,100 rushing yards, 6.5 yards a pop, 10 touchdowns on the ground, very bare minimum. 55 receptions, 425 receiving, 4 to 6 receiving touchdowns. That is a whopping 14 to 16 touchdowns and well over 1,500 total yards for Devon Achane. That's my projection. And this is fantastic news all around. Nobody wants anything different. Why would anybody want him vaulted into the lone starting role? He is the epitome of, I would say, the Alvin Kamara role and the Austin Eckler role that they thrived in most. It's not that Austin Eckler wasn't a workhorse running back and did very well as a workhorse running back, because he obviously turned into one at the later part of his career. But in the beginning stages of his career, he was a top 5 to 10 running back in the role that Devon Achane's in. You can survive in this role in an offense like Miami's as that type of player. A player that's going to get you maybe 900 to 1,100 yards on the ground. We don't want Achane running for 1,500 yards. We don't want him running for 1,800 yards. Maybe 1,200. He could definitely pop off 1,200 yards. So we'll have to play this by ear in terms of where his ADP gets affected. I kind of feel like this news is going to put a damper on this value of Achane. I kind of feel like the second round value Achane holds currently, mid-second round, is going to creep down into the bottom of the second round. Why? Just because sometimes a significant amount of money for RBs, this is crap money comparatively to other positions in the NFL, of course, but when a team gives a running back a 2-year, $9 million max extension, then it sends a message that they value that RB, they're going to use that RB, and people are going to be worried about this 18 touchdown total, and they're going to think, okay, Achan's time isn't now. But you and I know, the people that are embedded in this situation, the people that have been invested in this situation know that Achane is not only going to thrive in the sharing role because he just did it, but he's going to start probably 5-6 games. You know Mostert's missing a handful of games. He's turning 32 in like 9 or 10 days. So absolutely love like this is perfect right here. This is what I'm talking about. I truly believe that the value is going down. I truly believe that we're going to see a slight downtick in ADP from comments like this, like TS Perry. Appreciate you, TS. You do your job. We need people like you, TS Perry. We don't hate you. We're not mad at you. We're not throwing shade at you. We're not throwing hate at you. We need you more than you need us, and we want to give you a standing ovation for your doubt in helping of driving Achane's value down. Truly, I want everybody to drop an eggplant emoji, a fire emoji, a flexing emoji, whatever you feel best suits you as your way of expressing your thanks to people like T.S. Perry. Achane is a bench guy. I love it. I love it. We need Perry. We need you, pal. He's not Eckler unless Mostert gets hurt. You are a beautiful man. And we need you in our lives, bro. We need you in our leagues. Tell everybody, Perry. Tell everybody what you found out today. And spread the word. You see what I'm saying? I truly believe we are going to see a downtick in value. I truly believe we are going to see him drop to the bottom of round 2. I truly believe even people like Perry, who we love. Again, Perry, you're doing your part, bro. You're doing your part. Mashed potatoes. There's not much more a guy like Perry can do than to spread the gospel that Achane's not the guy. We need him. We need Perry more than he needs us. I think we're looking at maybe 2-3 turn value now. Maybe. Hopefully. All it takes is one. All it takes is one person to love Achane, and then they take him mid-second. But in general, I think this mid-second round value creeps down to the 23, 24, 25 overall territory. And the people like Perry, no offense, Perry, put your earmuffs on, Perry. The people like Perry will say things like, well, he needed Mostert to get hurt, so of course he was going to do good if he got in there. Like, that's fine. That's fine. He'll do great anyway, but we know Mostert. Mostert is the most set-up paper tiger starting running back in the 2024 fantasy football season. There's nobody set up better to be propped up as if they're going to be a workhorse, not often injured, stick it to all the doubters type of player. There's nobody set up better to probably crash and burn than Mostert because he's 32 years old walking into the season, because he's got a huge injury history. And we're gonna see Achane step up for 4, 5, 6 games as a starter at bare minimum. And even when he doesn't, he's gonna be doing similar, if not better things efficiency-wise when Mostert's on the field. So 808 TDs, 3 TDs. This guy had 11 touchdowns in a not fully utilized and realized season. So these are my projections for 2024. 1,100, 425, combined 14, 16 touchdowns. Let's do it live. Let's see here. Hit me with the phone calls. Go.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Highest super chatters in a given live stream so far this year. Perps with the $2.99 and Ray G with the $2.50. If you guys want to knock off those individuals, drop your highest super chat and take over the phone line, for goodness sake. You know, have the phone line brought to you by you. HA going to be a wolf in a sheep's ADP. I think so, bro. I think we're going to steal him away. I can't wait to continue to draft this man. I traded Pacheco for Achane in Dynasty, and I'm fine, Smitty. I don't understand this question, Rain. I don't understand what you're even saying here. I traded Pacheco for Achane in Dynasty, and I fine, Smitty, with the crying emoji. What are you talking about? What would even make you come into this live stream with starting it off with the crying emoji? I don't understand. I don't understand where you're getting that tone from any of this. Not to mention, Rain, you know I love you, pal. This is not a negative on you. I don't know, why you would, after being 10 minutes and 45 seconds into this stream, drop a crying emoji, ask this question, and then second of all, ask the question, period, like as if I didn't just answer it for you. But, Rain, that's why the phone lines are open. Dial in if you want further explanation. But I don't know why the hell you're crying right now. Don't pull a Caleb, bro. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Start them both. Get them both, says Young. And there's a world where that makes sense, too. ADP-wise. Definitely. But you're going to see everybody drafting Achane over Mostert. But maybe that'll shift. And if it does, that means Achane drops quite a bit more than I'm even anticipating. Which would be great. Which would be fantastic. Must be a part of Caleb's camp. Now, Rain's good people, but I just don't understand what Rain's doing. It's almost like Rain's watching the show on mute. It's Smitty. Tell me I'm okay. After everything you just said, that's a double confirmation, Caleb, though. You know, like, hey, Miss Smitty, this is what I ask her. Is the mayonnaise, okay in the fridge? Well, what's the date say? It's good for another couple months. And then she looks at me and goes, okay. And starts to walk away. And I say, so is it okay? Are you a double confirmation, Smitty? I just told you to look at the expiration date. I just want reassurance it's okay that I'm not going to get sick. Achane will be a steal of drafts. Absolutely, Romario. No doubt about it. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Achane will be the steal. He's a box score Bobby. This is to all my box score Bobbies out there. All right, prepare for take one. All right, action.
He's a box score Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score Bobby. He's a box score Bobby. He's so sloppy. Bobby.
Hey, Rain. Bring him over here, Rain. If you don't appreciate him, we're going to set him in my lineup. Lower him, boys. All right. Up. Good. Right there, boys. I'm sorry, Rain. I didn't mean to kind of blast you there, but it's kind of like when Jerry Seinfeld calls this mechanic and says, hey, how's my car? And he goes, you haven't been taking care of this car, Jerry. I'm not giving it back. He gets in the car and just drives. And Jerry's like, the guy stole my car. It's like, Achane deserves better than that doubt. You just traded for him. As TM said, rejoice, you won the trade. I don't think Rain's come back with a comment. Rain, I hope you're not upset. Don't get Caleb on me. All right. I don't know if the phone line's reset or not. Call in, dial in. Phone lines are open. I think I need to put the phone number on the screen too. My bad. Curious to know, I got another piece of breaking news. We're probably going to go live a couple times today before the 8 p.m. show. And per usual, I like to end the live stream, start a new one, and come in strong with a compartmentalized video to make sure we're easy to find. They're separate videos, and we're going to come back on the Aiyuk story, where Aiyuk basically confirmed he's kind of annoyed. He's kind of annoyed, and that if he doesn't get paid, is what he did, what he insinuated. So we'll be coming back to talk about that one. We need more of them phone lights in the studio. Yeah, dial in. Phone lines are open. The box score Bobby has a good vibe to it. Thank you, Sick Nasty. Appreciate you. All right, phone lines are back working, I believe. Devin, can you hear me? Are you live?
Yes, sir.
You are live.
DK.
Attaboy.
What's going on? Hey, so my draft, man, I think I've told you before, but I've got 4 picks in the first round. I got Eckler, Spears, and Jalen Warren.
Okay.
So Mostert, I think is how you say his name. He's on the list, the free agency list, where I can draft him.
Yes, sir.
But do you think I should get because I want to say he's the best running back because he finished like the top 5 or something.
Yeah, I mean, statistically he will be, but like, give me the names of the top running backs available. Like, give me like 4 or 5 of the
Stevenson
top.
And Mostert.
Mostert.
Ramondre Stevenson, yeah, that's it. Really, I mean, those are probably the top 2.
Keep going. I bet you there's somebody else. Stevenson, Mostert.
Man, honestly, I don't even know, but I'm thinking, should I just go rookies? Should I just go 2 rookies?
See,
with those 2 late rounds.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not listening, everybody. Let me see. There we go. So, are you telling me that rookies can be included in this?
Yeah, rookies are just a Dynasty league.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You're not giving me all the names. You're saying Stevenson, Mostert.
I don't know. So let me tell you something. For some reason, the ESPN app is down for me on the football tab. So I really don't even know.
It sounds like you don't know your rules, bro. It sounds like you don't know your league. It sounds like you're putting a blindfold on and you're walking into your draft.
Yeah, I have no idea. It just stopped working like a couple days ago. And
I know, but
it sucks.
You sound like a busy guy. You do this league. You cram last minute. You're the kind of guy that forgets to get the milk on the way home. I feel you. You're like every guy. You're like every prototypical guy. But you're sitting here telling me these are the best options when it might be a rookie. If you can, I imagine you got a rookie draft though, bro. Don't you?
Yeah, I'm in a
so
a
these are
league. So
these are veterans
included. Ramondre
okay.
And Mostert are included in
the rookies. Gotcha.
Well.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's your pick? You said 1 point what?
So I've got 1.2, which I'm going neighbors.
Okay.
But then I've got 8, 9, 10. And I think I'm going to go, if I can get one of those Texas boys, that'd be great. But I'm going to go 2 running backs as well. So I'm going to go 2 running backs. And
these guys,
receiver.
Stevenson I like, but these guys aren't as valuable as the players you're probably going to see in the rookie draft, especially if it's a dynasty. Exactly. Maybe Stevenson, but we'll have to see. I'll probably say of course, a Dunze and Bowers and those guys are going to be your target here at this 1.8. Is it Superflex or 1 QB?
No, it's 1 QB. Those guys aren't going to be there. Bowers and Odunze, they're going to be gone.
Okay.
I think there's only
Well,
one
I didn't know if
guy
it was
who's
Superflex.
Quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's 1 QB, they
So all
will.
those guys.
I would say we just got to see where the landing spots are because guys like Leggett, Malachi Corley, Brian Thomas Jr.
I love Leggett. Yeah.
Brian Thomas Jr. Man, if he ends up falling there, that would be fantastic. Leggett, Corley, the number 1 running back should be potentially available. But yeah, maybe Stevenson, he'll fit in here somewhere. I do really like him this year. Maybe he'll fit into one of these picks. But I think we need to know the landing spots before we can really dig into it.
For sure.
But
yeah, I like Jalen Warren and Benson for my 2 picks for the running backs, but we'll see.
Yeah, Trey Benson would be pretty good. It just depends on where they land. If Benson goes to Dallas, then you're going to be good to go. So, but if he goes to Dallas and he's the top running back, odds are he's going to be gone by 1.8, I bet. So you're kind of in a catch-22. It's like any good running back landing spot is going to be highly touted because there's going to be very few. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, man. I'll let you know.
All right, I better understand your situation. At first, I just didn't know what you were trying to explain on the. But hey,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, one point.
My mind is
No, you're good. You're good. 1.2, you're good there, man. Neighbors don't be scared. Like if a Dunze lands in the better spot, bro, I'm telling you, Don't not consider.
Already know.
Yeah, situation is
I like
king.
Odunze.
If let's say Marvin Harrison Jr., I hope he goes to the Cardinals. Let's say he goes to the Cardinals. The Chargers take Joe Alt is a real possibility right now. Very like 50-50. Everybody thinks they know what's best for the Chargers, and maybe they do, just like I feel like I do. But guess what? Harbaugh doesn't care what you think, I think, anybody thinks. They're looking at Joe Alt here.
Yeah.
So if Neighbors goes to the Giants to play with Danny Dimes, and Odunze, let's say, falls all the way either to Indy or Indy trades up for him, and you've got Odunze and Indy catching footballs from AR5 and Neighbors in New York without a quarterback, really. You got a dilemma on your hands. You're going to have Smitty coming out here.
But, because I've got AR5 anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to pair them together.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
All right, call in anytime, pal.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Raheem Mostert to the moon, says Ramirez. Achane is a home run hitting. Expect volatile numbers this season, says Riviera. Thank you, Riviera. Appreciate you. Spread the doubt. He will be volatile for sure, but 10 to 12 carries. This guy gets 7 yards a pop. You know? I love the Achane doubt. Bring it. Is he a little bit risky? Sure. Does he have a little bit of the Pollard vibe? But doesn't mean he's going to turn into Pollard. But does he have that little bit in retrospect? Does he have a little bit of the Pollard vibe? We're all going pushing our chips into the center of the table, and there's a little bit of risk that we don't want to ignore. Maybe, but scared money don't make money. You have to make those calls in life where you are willing to risk it on the Mostert. And just because one Mostert didn't work out risk it on a Pollard. But just because one Pollard didn't work out doesn't mean they're all the same. And personally, I think Achane isn't, Pollard had higher cost of entry. Achane is going to drop to what appears to be now the 2-3 turn, the 24, 25, 20, 23 overall value, because there's a lot of doubt already, even in our chat, even in our house, we're seeing doubt. What is up, Tyler? You're live.
Hey, maybe you need to educate me on this Achane thing, because I look at the Achane thing like I look at the Waddle experiment last year.
Wait, what?
Waddle turned into nothing for Hill, because Hill's still there for 2 years.
Tyler, you got to fix your phone, bro. Dial back in. We can't even hear you. Not to mention what you said I didn't like anyway, Tyler. Bunch of gibberish about Jalen Waddle. But yeah, call back in, bro. Best time to buy Achane is now, says Hedge. I totally agree with you. $2 super chat. Best time to buy Achane is now. Such an important statement. They wanted to super chat it, which is freaking how you do it. That's how you do it. Scared money don't make money. You drop a $2.99 super chat to spread the word. I love it, Hedge. Hedge to the moon.
To the moon.
Now, Tyler, I don't know if we can hear you any better now, but what the hell are you talking about? Jalen Waddle is the reason you don't like Achane or whatever the heck you were saying?
No. I look at the Achane situation like I did the Waddle situation. Waddle stunk because Hill's there for 2 more years. Well, Achane still has Mostert carrying it more than Achane did, unless Achane got babied last year.
So you're trying to tie, again, like I just said, and you denied it, and I feel like you just confirmed it. You're trying to tie Waddle and Hill to Achane and Mostert, as if this is just like one and the same. I get your fear. Your fear is very evident, and there are a lot of people wearing that fear on their face right now. Example, Mr. Bakes-a-Lot dropping this comment here, saying that the signing makes me feel like Achane is not healthy yet. Like, what are you talking about? Healthy yet? What do you mean? He came back and looked. What are you talking about? I don't understand people, man. I don't get it, but I don't care. I like it. I like that there's doubt. I don't even understand it, though. It's hilarious to me. Like Waddle was a player I said stay away from last year, period, bro. So, like, you're not going to get a disagreement, but I'm not going to start connecting dots between Achane and Mostert that aren't there just because Waddle was overvalued last year. You know, like, they have nothing to do with each other. It's like almost saying, like, you know, you got hit by a car yesterday crossing the street with no crosswalk, so now you're not getting on a plane. Like, there's a risk in both scenarios, but they have nothing to do with each other.
Isn't it the same coach last year than it is this year?
It sure is, but what does that have to do with Mostert and Achane? And Achane was phenomenal in his sharing role, and Mostert's 32 years old. What's going to happen is someone's going to come in later and go, oh, well, the reason Achane worked out is Mostert got hurt. That's part of the allure here. That's part of why I went live. I pushed the button and went live, fired the lights up, and told the Zigmeister we were going hot right now. Why? Because this deal is deceptively amazing. This is the best news Achane's got the entire offseason, but people won't see it that way because people can't play 3D chess. They're playing one-dimensional checkers. Mostert signing this deal means they're buttoning up right now officially their running back room as it is, with a 32-year-old running back leading the charge that has had a massive injury-riddled career that played amazingly last year. Props up to him. And I most definitely would cuff the two together if the price was right. I don't think it will be in many cases. In some cases it will be. Of course I want both of them. And Mostert could be fantastic. This is not a we hate Mostert live stream at all. But they have nothing to, like, you're looking at a master at work right here in Achane. And this deal signifies that Achane is the next man up in terms of the full-time carries, which we don't even want a full season of. We don't. But if Mostert goes down for 4 or 5 games, Achane's going to step up like he did and do very, very well. But if he doesn't get hurt significantly, let's say he gets banged up, misses a game every 5 or 6 games, misses 3 or 4 total, he's still going to have his 1,200 to 1,500 total yards and 12-plus touchdowns and easily earn low-end running back 2 value. But what we're all assuming will probably happen is that Mostert, at 32 years old, with a long injury history, as the only secured running back above Achane, is not going to be able to finish the year or even come remotely close to having a full season, and so Achane will be the next man up. And nobody needs that to even be the case. Like, we're not sitting here going, if an injury happens, we're good. Let's overinvest and let's take him at 24 overall and hope for an injury, and if not, we're screwed. If there's no injury, we're fine. I don't think people are understanding what I'm saying. If there's no injury and they continue to share all year, Achane easily earns his 25 overall value. If he goes down for a significant amount of time at all, he becomes a top 7, top 5 overall player. So this is the definition of low floor, high reward. But you can think what you want. I'm not like ripping your take apart, but you're trying to tie, the wide receiver room to the running back room. And I just don't know that that's the most accurate way to define the situation or depict it.
No, I'm just trying to, again, be educated because I think, okay, it's the same coach as last year. Going to run it the same way as last year. This might be a Gibbs and Monty thing where they split it 50-50.
And how'd that work for you? How did Gibbs do last year? Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, the thing is, I had Monty.
Well, you shouldn't have, because we told you to have Gibbs all year long. But again, how did you took the lesser running back, you took the nice shiny toy that everybody said was going to be better, and this would be the same case. You draft Mostert over Achane, it would be the same. You'd be in the same boat. But how is this a problem that they're sharing carries? How is it a problem that the better running back will be kept healthy and explosive? And how are these numbers from 2023, RB24, wasn't fully utilized all year, did miss a couple games, which could be what people would say is a downside or a risk or whatever. That's fine. You know, I can't refute that he missed games last year, but he had a freak knee injury and then a reoccurrence of it that would have probably taken out a majority of people when somebody suplexed on his injured knee, right when he entered the game again. But this guy had 800 yards rushing, 197 receiving, 27 receptions, and 11 total touchdowns on what you could say is pretty minimal usage. So I'm not. This is the Gibbs Monty situation. You were 100% correct, and that's fantastic, bro. That's absolutely fantastic.
Mashed potatoes. Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you for the clarification.
Hey Tyler, you're my boy Blue. I don't want you to ever think you can't call in and ask a tough question. You stood in there, and I didn't mean to throw punches at you or anything like that. You're my boy Tyler. All right, you call in anytime, pal. It was a good question. We need those hard questions in here because a lot of people share your concern, right? And am I 100% right on these things? No. This could be the one thing I miss on Tyler. So make sure you trust your gut above all things. But we do need these tough questions, and you're not the only one asking this. Clearly, we've got a whole chat room in our house. We have a bunch of people saying this in our own house, bro. So you're doing a service. We thank you. Anything else, Tyler?
You're good. No, you're good.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you. All right, so Tyler's asking a good question. Just because I was hard on it doesn't mean that it wasn't a good question. It's a good question. A lot of people are asking. Buckeye dropping a $2 hauler. There's no question attached, but appreciate him doing so like an absolute straight monster. Hedge dropped a super chat earlier. I'm going to get the super chats immediately when you guys drop them. Appreciate you all in here. Achane definitely wins league, says Travis. Appreciate you. Hybrid says, I'd take Achane as low as running back 2 flex. He has the potential to give more, of course, and the potential to flop like any other. And that's the thing is, again, I'm admitting he has a little bit of Tony Pollard vibe to him. But that's anytime you're banking on a player breaking out that hasn't quite done it yet. You can't let scared money don't make money, and you can't let the past dictate how you invest in high upside with a touch of risk type players. You just can't. You can't run scared. You know, the way you protect yourself from having Tony Pollard ruin all your seasons and all your leagues is to not put all your eggs in one basket, and that's okay. You know, that's fine. Trade away Debo and Eckler for pick 1.6 in Dynasty. In a 1 QB, I'd say no. In a super flex, maybe, because of the way the wide receivers could fall for you, or Bowers. But in a 1 QB, that's a lot. If it was like the 1-3, 1-2, sure. But Debo's still pretty damn good, man. I don't know that I would make this move. It's a good question, bro. Very, very good question. We've got on the phone 2 moderators, Sick Nasty and Travis. What's up, Sick Nasty? You're live.
Hey, Smitty.
Yo.
I got a question. I was just wondering, would any of the rookie running backs landing in Dallas or like one of the other spots that you mentioned be the pick over Kyren at the 2.1? Because I got Kyren in my rookie in the rookie draft.
Would any of the rookie running back? Let me put it this way. Let's say Braylon Allen lands in. Let's say Braylon Allen lands in Dallas, and I gave you Travis Etienne. I would rather have Kyren Williams than both of those guys together. I'm just trying to give you a sense of how off that value is. Kyren Williams is the only player that you would consider drafting over Kyren if he was thrown into a rookie draft pool. Like somebody was stupid and they cut him, and he's the only monster sitting there in the rookie pool. The only person you'd even consider drafting over him. You could maybe argue Neighbors for longevity in Dynasty, but definitely Marvin Harrison Jr. could be argued. But, bro, I take Kyren every single time. And I'm just trying to give you a sense of how far off that question is. Braylon Allen plus ETN. And Braylon Allen's in Dallas does not equal Kyren Williams.
All right, yeah, I was just trying to map out my second because if it's highly possible that I'm going to be looking at least maybe one of the wide receivers and a couple of the running backs, maybe even shoot, I'm drawing a blank right now, but the tight end,
Bowers
in the draft.
Bowers,
yeah, Bowers. Like I could have them all at my second pick, and Kyren could still be there too because
I don't even mess around with letting Kyren fall personally, bro. But I guess you have to take it play by ear with your league and know your league. But good God, bro, I would literally trade the the 1.3 and the 1.4 and the 1.5 all together for that Kyren Williams pick or something. I would trade.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And is Kyren a little bit of a risk? Everyone is. You know, especially when you break out and you haven't done it a second year yet, you're always going to hold a little bit of risk value. You know, there's no way to avoid that. And I think far too many times people just say, well, look, Tony Pollard didn't work out. And then what, we're supposed to run away from every second year breakout? Or in the case of Kyren, it wasn't, you know, he had been in the league another year that, you know, wasn't his rookie year. But are we supposed to just run away from all these breakout players and say, until they prove it a second time, I'm not going near? Well, guess what? You're not going to get them. You know, it's, again, scared money don't make money thing. And honestly, bro, I would take Kyren probably 1.1, but Marvin Harrison Jr. would be a strong consideration depending on team build. But that's it. I mean, even Neighbors, let's say Neighbors goes to the Giants, Kyren by far over Neighbors at the 1.2 and Marvin Harrison Jr. at the 1.1. And for anybody just joining, Kyren was cut in his league, so he's got all the rookies and Kyren in the draft pool, which is insane. Yeah. What was this guy doing? They cut him. What do you do, sit on the keyboard? What happened?
Who?
Why is Kyren in the rookie free agent pool? Did the guy sit on the keyboard? Did his mom get mad at him?
Oh,
like what happened?
Last year, when we did the rookie draft last year for our startup league, our startup dynasty, and I guess I went to pick Kyren, and something happened with my service on my phone, and instead of getting Kyren, I got Cordell Patterson, and it was like Kyren was available, the last pick of my draft. So I was going to pick him, but I guess my service, I went into a spot where I didn't have service, and I ended up getting Cordell Patterson instead. So I've been looking at Kyren free agency
at the end of the year
forever.
Why was it still there?
Yeah, I still don't. It doesn't answer my question. If anything, it makes me more confused. Like, how does he sit there how does he sit there all year not getting?
Nobody could pick him up. He was locked in the free agency.
Oh, you guys have no like waivers during the year?
No, not during the year.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah,
well, damn
no
that.
Waivers during the year.
Man, that's got to be painful to watch. Everybody going, look at that top 5 running back just blasting off every week. Just dropping loads there on the free agent.
Hey, nobody's ever said anything about Kyren being in the free agent.
He's garbage.
Not even during the season.
Yeah. Don't even draw attention to it.
Yeah, I'm not. So I mean, I'm just trying to play it cool. Like we're all just talking up all these rookies and stuff as we talk amongst each other.
So what do you
trying to talk up these?
What are your picks? What are your picks again? Let's try and push the envelope here. What are your picks again?
I got the 1.1, the 2.1. I traded the 3.1, but I got the 4.1 and the 5.1.
Okay, so you only have one pick. Okay. Can you trade your future first rounder in the 2.1 for like the 1.3 or 4 and try and get him there?
I could probably move up to maybe like 1.5, 1.6. Because the 1.5, he's got 2 first-round picks. I could probably get one of them off of him. And the 1.6 he just acquired the 2.2. And He said he's willing to deal the 1.6, but he has to get the right offer for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, who are your running backs and wide receivers?
Oh man, my running backs are Javonte, Etienne. I got Herbert, Roshan, and Gibson.
Who are your wide receivers?
I got I got Christian Watson. I got Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Dotson.
I feel some responsibility in the Watson and Dotson stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, but I did. I got somebody in my league interested in Watson, but I don't know. Like, I'm not really super high on Watson, but I really don't want to lose on that deal either. So I was going to ask you what you would do for Watson. Like, what's the least you would take, or what would you want to take for Watson?
I wonder if you could move this 2.1 into round 1 using Watson. And then once you have, let's say, the 1.9, now you can take your first rounder in the 1.9 and try and get the 1.3 or 4 and then get Kyren. You know, make multiple moves that way. Because maybe you can't make this Kyren move with one move, but maybe you can turn Watson into a pick that helps make, instead of trading this guy a future first rounder in a 2.1, you're trading a future first rounder in the 1.9.
You could even maybe get that 1.6 and the 1.9, and then use those two to move up in the first.
Yeah, I wouldn't stop on. My whole goal would be to get MHJ and Kyren.
Yeah, that's what my plan is right now. I want to try to get MHJ and Kyren.
What's the guy have at 2? You said somebody has like the 2, the 3, the 4 or something? Because you could always, if you wanted to, trade the 1.1 down for 2 of his picks, but it'd have to be the next 2 or the next 1.2 and 1.4. And if you did that, you could technically go, Neighbors and Kyren, which is better than just MHJ. But that's another look.
Yeah, the guy has 2 and 5. 1.2 and 1.5.
I mean, that kind of feel, and then maybe you could use, I don't know. I guess it just depends. If you don't get Kyren, I'm hating that it happened. So it's a big risk, but 5 might not be high enough. I don't think anybody's going to let Kyren sit there. Just because no one's talking about him. Yeah. Just because no one's talking about him. Go ahead.
I'm just. I was kind of excited about it because no one was talking about him during the season at all either. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like anybody was like, "Dang, we forgot about Kyren." Like, nobody said nothing.
Well, I don't know.
All year long.
Maybe your whole league is oblivious to it, but I don't think so, bro. I mean, does it take a rocket scientist to be like, there's a top 5 running back sitting there on waivers? You gotta. I think everyone's just being coy about it. Like, who's gonna announce it? Hey, I got the 4 pick. You think Kyren's gonna be there? They're just all going, shit. Talk the rookies up. I'd be like, hey, you guys see these 4 rookies? They all could go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all fantastic.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. So that's probably what everybody else is doing too.
Is it Superflex?
No. It's a 1 QB.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I've been trying to make it seem like these second-round rookies are going to be a hot commodity, so that I can pick up Kyren in a second.
All right, Travis, what's up? You're live. I'm not going to be here too much longer. I gotta jump real quick, and then I'm going to come back for the Aiyuk video if I'm able to do that one before the 8 p.m. show. What's up, Travis?
Yeah, I was going to say I understand how some people could, look at the Pollard situation and worry about Achane with that, but you may have said it at the beginning of the video too, almost. But the difference is, like, Achane is 22, and Pollard, when people were starting to get excited about Pollard, he was going into his year 26 season, and he was coming off a broken leg. I still think the broken leg had a little bit to do with last year, I'm not saying he'll be better this year or not, but to me, it's a little bit different. You know, I don't worry so much about Achane in that sense.
Yeah.
And I think, and just, I mean, if he can even come close to replicating what he did last year, he's 7.8 yards per carry, like you said. You know, that's insane efficiency. So I'd feel pretty safe taking, you know, close to the ADP.
Yeah. I think the fact that this Mostert deal, like I said, I feel like an astute person, a very wise fantasy football owner, would come into this news and situation and go, this is a blessing in disguise. This is quietly a good news, but everyone's not taking it that way. They look at it's so weird. People are so fickle, man. They look at it and they say, Mostert got a 2-year extension. They must really love him. I'm not, you know, I don't like this situation now. Clearly, Achane is not going to get the starting job. He was never going to get it. Like, he's in a sharing role, and he's in a beautiful sharing role. It's perfect for him. And they unleashed him slowly. They started to give him more work. I don't know if anybody remembers, but they started leaning on Achane a lot as the season moved along. So if anybody thinks that this deal makes that workload split back to like 80-20, like they don't know what they're talking about. But it's so funny that everyone's looking at, Mostert was there. He wasn't going anywhere. The extension just gives him more money. It rewards him for what he did. It's almost like hey, let's give him a little something for what he did, man. He's fantastic. Here you go. Here's a little bonus just for being awesome. But the fact that people don't see this as a positive is so weird to me, and I love it. It is great.
Yeah, and I also understand, you know, it's getting tougher to do because the running back position is kind of going away from that bell cow. But, you know, some people might just be uncomfortable with rolling the dice on these high efficiency type guys. But the position's going more and more to that. Bless you.
Oh, God. We're so sick in this house.
Bless you.
Yeah. Oh. Ah! Ma! Get the meatloaf ready! And some NyQuil, Ma! We're so sick in this household. I finally got it. I've been escaping it for forever. I've been kind of getting sick. I can't believe I've gone through this live stream without having a total, like, massive. Here we go, Ma. So anyway. You know you're sick when you can't stop sneezing. Good God.
Yeah, I get, like, Jeff Life said, allergies. Allergies are getting bad, too. I get allergies in the spring.
And I don't think this is, I mean, it might be a mix of allergies or something, but this is definitely a sick, like, we're all, like, just, I've literally, as much as I've been, like, teeter-tottering on getting sick for, like, a year, like, it seems like every month it's like, we're hit again. I've been, like, avoiding it. I've been kind of getting it, and then I don't get it. I, like, fend it off. This time I got leveled.
Little kids.
I got leveled.
They bring home everything, you know.
Yeah, but, hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
Get that meatloaf ready, Ma. All right. I'll be back, boys.
I'll let you go, though.
Yeah, I'll be back. Sick Nasty. Figure out a way to get both Kyren and MHJ if you can, man. That's how you win your league. That's how you smash your league to pieces.
What was the what's the Aiyuk thing? I missed that.
Oh, just that it's on my Instagram. It's like the second video back, but he basically he went on Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco's podcast yesterday, and basically said they said, what's up with the meme, the money talks bullshit walks meme, and he just said, they either it's as simple as they pay me, or and he does the walking motion. He goes, they pay me, or he just does the walking motion. And it's like, it's so funny because I still got Raj and those guys like in our private DM going, oh, he's really mad, Smitty, he's really mad. And like as soon as that posted, they still think Aiyuk isn't pissed or upset, or it's so funny. Those guys are so blind. I love them. They're my friends, but they're just blind as can be. But they're like they try and in a communicative in a group setting like this. Like Smitty thinks he's mad. He thinks Aiyuk's mad. Like they're he's like Aiyuk it looked like he's about to cry in the interview. He's really upset.
Right.
He was really upset.
Check it out.
But anyway, it's so funny.
Denial's always the first sign.
What, Sick Nasty?
I'll see when you come back.
Denial's always the first sign.
Later, Travis.
Later.
What's the first time, Sick Nasty? What?
Oh, I said denial is always the first sign for them.
Yeah, I just don't know why that's their fight right now with me. It's funny. They're like, oh, yeah, Smitty thinks he knows that Aiyuk's mad. How do you know he's mad, Smitty? You talk to him personally? You talk like they're just like so defensive over me saying Aiyuk's mad. I don't understand. But clearly he's mad. And what's so wrong about being mad? They're not paying you. He's clearly upset. He went on Ocho. He's tweeted out Tomlin directly. He's put up, as soon as John Lynch got done with the press conference saying everything is good, Aiyuk immediately put an Instagram post. We'll cover it in a bit. That's why we're going live on it. All right. Hey, I'll see you later, Sick Nasty. Later.
All right. See you guys later.
Yeah, we don't need to get into it because we're gonna get into it when I get back. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. Achane to the moon. Let's go. Hey, Bruce, you got just a couple seconds here because I'm on my way out the door. What's up, pal?
Hey, Smitty. My thing is with Mostert signing. Don't you just think it's just a insurance policy?
Well, I think they truly believe he's the number one, but that's not a negative. Like, he was the number one last year, and Achane went bonkers. So it's kind of like the way I look at it is Achane's a truly unique Austin Eckler in his early stages of his career. Austin Eckler in the beginning of his career was not the full-blown starter. It was Melvin Gordon. But Austin Eckler was a top 5 to 10 running back every single year in fantasy. People that I don't know why people forget this. I don't know why people have such short memories and they're fickle on it. Austin Eckler was not a workhorse running back, and whoever that was, I forget who it was. Was it Mr. Bixlot? I forget who it was. That said no, it was Sean, or it was Perry, S. Perry or whatever from Instagram. He's like, but Eckler was the starter. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Melvin Gordon was the 1A. Eckler was at least at the very most the 1B, but really the 2. He was the 2, and he was fantastic. And Miami Mike's air attack is so unique, and the rushing game is so unique that even in the worst of scenarios, even in the very worst of scenarios, where Mostert's healthy for a majority of the year, let's say he misses 1 or 2 games, then Achane, who was getting more and more work as the season moved along, even when Mostert was on the field, is going to have a 900 and 400 season. He's going to have a 1,300-yard bare minimum season on 7 yards a carry and well over 10 total touchdowns on I'll earn my value no matter what, even if things don't, unfold a certain way type of season. But if Mostert does miss time, and significant time, Achane becomes a top 5 running back.
Okay.
Not to mention he's 6 to 10 anyway. Like, he's 6 to 10 anyway, but he becomes maybe a top 7 overall player, maybe top 5 overall player if he's the lone starter. And he's not even gonna be the lone starter. Like, the funny thing is, the part that's so funny, people just don't get it. If Mostert's healthy, let's just say Mostert gets 60% of the work and Achane gets 40. Okay? You know, there's probably someone else that's going to get a fractional amount over here. But if Mostert gets hurt, like, this amount may turn to, like, 55 instead of 40. His efficiency might go down a touch because he's getting some of the between the tackles carries that he wasn't necessarily getting, the ones that are probably not a good bet for good yards per carry anyway. And he's going to get 55% of the work. And then the combination of other two running backs are going to equal the other percentage. So it's not like his value goes from, you know, 40, let's even say 45. I'd even say it's more like, you know what? Actually, let me redo this because this doesn't even feel accurate because I was just giving you a worst case scenario. Let me give you how it really is. This is how I believe it will be. I think Mostert and Achane will be 50-50 to majority. That's how I feel. Majority of the season will be 50-50. That's the way they were using him at the end of the year. If he goes down, he goes up by what, 5? So he's 55%, maybe 60%, but again, efficiency could go down. It doesn't change anything. Then you have two other RBs that are going to divide up the other 45%, let's say, and Mostert becomes or Achane becomes a 50% of the workload. It doesn't change that much. People are so weird about this starting role in Miami. It doesn't matter like that. It doesn't work like that.
I'm kind of happy about this, though, and hear me out on this before you leave. He signs, okay, Achane's value goes down. Okay, now I can get him later.
Well, that's what we said the whole show. This is great.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, you got to go watch the show.
It.
Yeah, this is fantastic news, but only people don't understand that. Just rewatch it. You'll get what I'm saying. All right, Bruce, call into the Aiyuk show. It should be about an hour from now. All right, later.
All right. Yep, man.
Bruce cracks me up. Hear me out. He just recaps the whole show. Hear me out. This could be a good thing. I love the Bruce. Hear me out. Don't hang up on me. I think this could be a good thing. He just repeats the entire thing.
The Bruce is loose.
I love the Bruce. Bruce, you have a special place in my heart always. All right. I'll see you all soon. Ma, get that meatloaf. Live whenever big news breaks. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you all soon. Don't stop, never stop. I'm sick. I'm still here. Uh-oh, Mr. Bakes-a-Lot. Jeff Wilson Jr. is out then. Did you forget he was 3 to 4 headed monster room split? Oh my God, Mr. Bakes-a-Lot. I didn't even think about Jeff Wilson. Mr. Bakes-a-Lot, should I just delete this video now? Should I just wait a few days so no one notices and then take it down? Or how many leagues do you not own him in, Mr. Bakes-a-Lot? You have 0 shares of Devon Achane, and it shows. Go get you a share so you can stop being pessimistic about a top 5 running back monster, because it's got to be tiresome. That's the reason you're doing it. And Mr. Bakes-a-Lot, I'm taking away your Bijan card.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Straighten up.
He's Kyren, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyren, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, so we'll be live later at 8 p.m., but we'll probably go live before on Aiyuk, the Aiyuk news today. He's definitely not a happy camper, and so we'll be talking about that in about an hour or so. Appreciate you all. Why is Kyren so good? Really? ...17 game pace, 21 touchdowns, 12 rushing touchdowns in 12 games. Yes, he missed a handful of games, but he played 12. And in 12 games, he scored 12 rushing touchdowns. In 12 games, he scored 15 total touchdowns. Extrapolate that over 17 games, Mr. TD, and you get... I mean, your name's Mr. TD. How do you not appreciate he was on pace for 21 TDs? Kyren Williams will lead the league in rushing touchdowns in 2024, and he will lead the league in rushing yards in 2024. Good God. Thanks for my super chats. Appreciate you all. See you all later.